Coming to you live from Copenhagen Fashion Week. This is Brittany's outfit. It's cute. It's giving... Oh, fair enough. I mean, you're wearing a blazer, dude. It's so hot outside. I don't understand her blazer choice, but the sweat looks like dew, so we love. We love. Also, look at Brittany's new hair, guys. Oh my goodness, the flick, the blondness. Give us a little twirl, please. Nah, this hair's a vibe, like real talk. I really like it. What do you have on that is George Jensen?
The vintage brooch.
Ooh, that is actually really cute.
Susie has had no interest in interacting with me whatsoever this morning. And then what happens as soon as I set up my tripod? She comes and plonks herself down next to it. So there is a chance that she could get quite chatty. Sorry, I just need to... My hair is like freshly washed, so it's quite... it's just quite fluffy. I'm trying to like kind of make it a bit more gritty with product. This vlog is going to be a very long August recap. You will have already watched a little bit of the recap, but I thought I'd say hello, do a bit of an intro. It's at this point of me recording, it's like the second week of September now, which is mad. I can't quite believe that October is literally like almost like 2 weeks away. I am not ready to let go of summer whatsoever yet, but I have embraced a little bit of the cooler temperatures. The light is changing, and I've been playing around with a few new Merit products. They've just released a new moisturiser, and as I continue to go through every blush colour and lip colour, I'm continuously finding new favourites that are kind of like nicely suited for seasonal changes. A lot of you will know the drill by now, but if you haven't heard me talk about Merit before or don't know much about Merit, you get a free signature bag. This is my very loved signature bag that has travelled around with me many times on your first order. So yeah, Merit have got a new moisturiser, which I am really enjoying as a moisturiser, but I am enjoying it as a primer. I mean, it's a priming moisturiser that hydrates, blurs, plumps the skin. Yeah, so it's skincare that also acts as very good prep for makeup. This is quite a nice cream that almost controls the shine and just releases hydration throughout the day. I'm just gonna pat that in. Okay, there we go. Now that the redness has gone down a bit, that was from Gua Sha before moisturising. It just leaves the skin looking glowy, and then I can work on just a bit of coverage with the Minimalist. I am actually just going to go directly on with the face this time because I want a slightly fuller coverage with this. So I'm just going to kind of dot it around. Anyway, so yeah, I'm kind of enjoying doing more of these kind of like recap type vlogs because it means it's just meatier content for you as a viewer. I know many people would prefer them on a regular basis, but quite frankly, my life is not interesting enough to do vlogs more than twice a month. Twice a month I feel is a push actually. And secondly, I think just for me, in terms of like creating, having all that footage to go through is, I don't know, it's more enjoyable. It means I can put together something a bit more, I don't know, I guess interesting. I can just pick out bits from the month, which kind of, you know, links back to, you know, feeling, I guess, when trying to do more regular vlogs, there's this pressure to kind of like do stuff because it would be good for a vlog, which is never good. I don't want to like plan a week. I don't want my week to be dictated by a vlog, if you know what I mean. I don't want to be doing stuff just because I'm like, oh, this would be great to vlog. Whereas like a monthly recap can just be, you know, there can be interesting stuff peppered in with like normal day-to-day stuff, if you get what I mean. This new brow pencil, Brow 1990, I don't think I've seen a brow pencil with a pencil this fine. This has got to be the finest pencil I have ever... Can you... It's tiny, which is great because I my brows need a lot of assistance in areas where over plucking has happened. And I like to do that with very fine strokes. You can see where I've just kind of like naturally filled in the back end of that brow very, very faintly, and then I'll do the same with this one because that's kind of where they both need assistance, and then slightly through the front. I don't know what I was thinking when I was a teenager. I very much modelled myself on Avril Lavigne's eyebrows. From what I can remember, she didn't have much eyebrows, so I just heavily plucked the back end so that I could then draw them back in really thin and in a shape that I wanted. I remember trying to have them like really like straight across. And the same through the front, like I was like, this is too bushy, it needs to be thinner, so I just over plucked here as well. Anyway, thank you, Merit, for a product like this that can assist with creating the illusion that there are hairs in those areas that I over plucked. Now on to my favourite part, lips and cheek. So I still love Fox. Fox is like one of my favourite blush colours from Merit. It's a really good one to create like a sun flush in the summer, but then I also think in the winter, as my skin lightens up a bit, this will, I guess it's kind of like brick red colour will really feel different on my skin. Like it will feel a bit more like autumnal. But at the moment, I've discovered Cheeky. Now Cheeky for me is kind of like if Beverly Hills and Stockholm had a baby. It's like, it's not as pink as Stockholm, but it's a bit more than Beverly Hills. And Beverly Hills is great. Beverly Hills is a great everydayer. So Cheeky might be a good one if you just want something a little bit pinker than Beverly Hills, but not as pink as Stockholm. I mean, I'm talking as if like you're familiar with all the blush colours, but if you're looking at them thinking, which one? This is a really good kind of like everyday pink one. I do tend to go in quite heavy with blush because I love a blush heavy look. It looks mad at the moment. I'm also as well at the moment quite enjoying a no mascara look, which I think is why I think with no mascara I can go in a little bit heavier with blush, because that is sort of like the main, I guess, statement within my makeup. I mean, it's hardly a statement, but you know what I mean? Like that's the kind of like hero of my makeup, is like a really good a good wash of a pink blush. And then I've been using the oil, the tinted lip oil in Mapleton, which it looks really dark, but as with most of their tinted lip oils, when you actually put them on, they're not like a heavy pigment. And this one, you'll see it just, I wouldn't say it looks dark. Can you see that? It's just very harmonious with Cheeky. And then just to add like a tiny bit of depth like into the socket, so I'm almost like contouring the socket of my eye. Studio, the Solo Shadow, just on my little finger, and I will just swipe that in here. Really sort of, I really should use a brush with such a delicate area on my face. There we go. Nice, glowy, subtle, strong flush of blush, exactly how I like my makeup. So I have once again put together a custom discounted bundle that you can shop through the link in my bio. You get 15% off if you buy a bundle of my favourite products together. Slightly different to the previous bundle that I did with Merit, just to reflect some of my new favourites. And obviously if it is your first order, you will receive the golden signature bag. Right, I'm going to let the August recap continue. So yeah, get yourself a cup of tea, a coffee, a drink, some snacks, and enjoy. Susie? I don't know if you can hear the noise in the background that my laptop's making. Okay, this is the last time I use those Tan Luxe gradual face drops, because there's nothing gradual about them. Every time I do it, I mean, I don't do it often, but I keep giving them like a second chance, and then I'm like, no. I have the Tan Luxe Body Gradual Tanner, and it is incredible. It's my favourite gradual tanner. and I use it on my face because it works for me personally a lot better than the actual like specific face drops that they do. It's way less extreme, like this. Yeah, anyway, what I was thinking actually, so not to waste the drops, I'm going to try put them in a moisturizer to dilute them a bit, because this is so extreme, and I've forgotten to do my ears. I've not really done my neck. Anyway, I'm currently stood on a towel to protect these shoes while I try them on. Susie's towel, by the way, she commandeered a Tekla towel. How bougie of her. I left it in a laundry basket one afternoon while I was out, and she managed to get her claws into it, quite literally. And yeah, it's now her towel. She sometimes has a little snooze on it. But yeah, I'm just protecting these shoes while I try them on, because that sole is extremely delicate. They are those Kate shoes, the ones that so many people have. I have many friends that have these shoes, and anytime I've seen a friend wearing them, I'm like, can I try them on, please? Which has been a great way to kind of test if I really, really like them, and also figure out what size I am. And then Deborah brought hers to Copenhagen last week. She's pretty much the same shoe size as me, so it was very much like a Cinderella moment. It was like, the slipper fits. But I've been waiting for them to go on sale, and out of nowhere, they were 60% off on Farfetch, and they're still full price everywhere else. And I don't know if this is a pricing error. I placed the order and I was like, I don't think this is even going to go through. I'm probably going to get like one of those emails being like, oh, we're not actually going to ship them out. But lo and behold, they arrived and they're on my feet. I quite like them with this, actually. It's a nice balance with these shorts. I think they're a good shoe. I do genuinely think they're a great shoe for many scenarios, both high, low, fancy, casual, you know, that kind of thing. Because of that low heel and just how sort of like, you know, polished they are. Anyway, I'm like, I once I take that first step, that's it. I'm keeping them. I think I gotta do it. Oh. Now that the second story is going up, you can visualize this much more now. The scaffolding's in the way a bit, so you can't quite see the beauty of all the brickwork, but this is the new back door. That's the downstairs bathroom window. So you can enter the extension. You will be able to get to it obviously through the main part of the house, but if you want to come through this side entrance, you won't be able to see any of this because there'll be a wall there, and that's the downstairs bathroom. So you'll walk into basically kind of like a laundry room. So there will be like a half wall here that comes off here, so like there. And this will be the home for washing machine, a sink, that kind of thing, like a whole sort of like laundry space, and just sort of like general area to kind of like take your coat off, that kind of thing. And then you'll turn right, because this will only be like a half wall. You'll turn right into kitchen space, which will all be here, and then dining, which is at the very end there. So there is actually a step down, you just can't quite see because it's not fully been built up yet. So to access this space from the existing house, we need to knock an opening through. So currently behind this wall is our current kitchen. So the front door is like here, and there's a hallway that leads all the way to the kitchen, and then there is a back door as well. So essentially what will happen is the kitchen will become like an extension of that hallway, because the kitchen's quite narrow, so it will become like a storage space / hallway, which you'll then turn right into this space here. Hopefully this is making sense. I understand it's difficult to visualize these things until they fully start like becoming actual like big structures. And then that there is a roof light, and you can kind of see the beginnings of the second story. Kind of. Can you see that? You can kind of just see a little bit, but I'll talk more about that once there's actually more to look at. So yeah, just imagine this is a big opening here that leads into the house, and then round the back here, because we won't need it anymore, this is our current back door. That will get blocked up and just turned into a window rather than a full door. So it'll be like a half window. What's happening outside? Apologies for my lack of togetherness. I woke up this morning, it was raining, and I was like, I'm not going out, I'm going to sit at my laptop, do some work, and I'm going to stay in my pyjamas for a few hours and not even cleanse my face or anything. Susie, here she goes. Susie has you have sat next to me this whole morning, which is very cute. And I have had to really exercise restraint not to just disturb her and smother her the whole morning, because it destroys my productivity levels. And you probably get a bit annoyed by me, I imagine, just continuously waking you up. You can't see her, but she's literally just here. Just been next to me the whole morning. Adorable. You're so adorable. And I just can't literally cope with just how obsessed with her I am, and just how I could spend the entire day just playing with you, talking to you, just giving you all the love and attention, but I know I shouldn't. But you just too much, especially when she yawns. I'm like, your little teeth and your little mouth. And when you sleep, sometimes I can hear like a little snore, which just, what have you seen? Susie, what? Oh, my hairband. You want my hairband, don't you? Susie, you're sat on my laptop and... Can I tempt you off my laptop? Okay, I just had to just stop what I was unwrapping. Some beautiful jewellery that just came in the post, because I need to show you the packaging of this jewellery and the jewellery, but I can't deal with the packaging. Like, it's the most beautiful packaging I think I've ever seen, and I was like, I need to vlog this. So a woman called Sherilyn recently emailed me just such a kind, beautiful email with like just amazing words of support. I was very, very touched. And she has her own jewellery business, and she offered to send me some pieces. She has been so generous. I kind of wanted to say to her, like, you don't have to send me this many pieces. Literally, you can just send me one piece. It's fine. Because I'm always very conscious with small independent brands, especially when it's, all handmade. I'm like, there's a lot of time and effort that goes into this. Like, you can just send me one small thing. It's fine. She has been overwhelmingly generous. And anyway, the packaging, let's just start with the packaging. So everything came wrapped in this paper that has these really delicate floral illustrations, just beautiful. And then the sticker, sealed with a sticker that has her name on there as well. Can you see that embossed? The boxes, oh my God, the most gorgeous ivory cardboard stapled together, and then Sherilyn, again, kind of imprinted, I'm not sure, in this really like delicate handwritten font. Is just gorgeous. Then, okay, so I started to open one box. I haven't opened any others, so I don't know what's inside. I was not ready for how just stunning this is. So the care instructions are in this very beautiful, cute little plastic wallet. And then on the other side is a dried flower. And I'm assuming there's a different dried flower in each care instruction wallet. Then the tissue paper is again illustrated. It's just, it's so beautiful. I don't actually know what's in this one. Ooh. That is a very, very nice necklace. Oh, it's weighty. I do like a weighty necklace. Look how beautiful that clasp is. I love how like organic it is. You can see all the marks. This is absolutely stunning. Do you know what? I'm going to do a full unboxing of all of this because it just absolutely stunning. This I'll show you the one that I started to unwrap when I was like, okay, I need to stop and show. A very nice silver ring, kind of like, again, very organic, wibbly wobbly, and then an ear cuff in the same style. That was the flower in that one. Everything is going to live in its boxes as well. A lot of my jewellery gets taken out of the box and then it just gets stored in a separate, everything gets stored in a separate dust bag or in a jewellery box. But when the packaging is like really beautiful, I will keep it in its box. This one, oh, just like look at the, love the illustrations on the tissue paper. Oh, look at this flower. So pretty. Ooh, lovely blue dried flower. Oh, I remember selecting these because she asked if I wanted clip-on or normal kind of like stud fastenings, and I actually asked for clip-on. How beautiful are those earrings? 2 more boxes. I told you she'd been generous. Sherilyn! Oh, the flowers are so pretty. What a lovely experience, can I just say? Like, it's so nice to just enjoy not only what's inside, but the whole experience of unwrapping and seeing the amount of like just care that has been put into this. This is such a nice pendant. This chain is very delicate though. Terrified of how beautiful is that pendant. That's very nice. I feel like that is going to be gorgeous with just like an all white look, like a white floaty dress, and then, you know, something quite low cut, and then just this sitting in the middle. And then the final one, what is in here? Ah, look at those. Ooh, buried. Oh wow. That is a gorgeous chunky ring. Oh yeah, like this with the star necklace could be nice, or this with the gold earrings and just like a white t-shirt or a nice white cotton shirt dress. Wow, Sherilyn, that is very generous of you, more than enough. I am going on holiday in like 3-4 days time. All of those pieces are coming with me. Cannot wait to wear those. I felt like I wanted to, even like, so this is the box. I'll try and show you without showing you my address or her address. Like, this is the tape on the box as well. I love stuff like this. And I know like not everyone is that interested in packaging, but I just love stuff like this. And that's the card that came with it. But yeah, I'm going to leave all of Sherilyn's info in the bio because her jewellery is absolutely stunning. Okay, this is how I think is best to tackle today's weather. Shorts and a short coat. I genuinely think this is like going to be great. I'm not going to overheat. I've got the ventilation. If it rains, I don't mind if my legs get wet. Anyway, these shorts were a very good, I'm going to put my bag down, a very good sale find from Arquette. Cosbelt. I've got a short sleeve cashmere top on, another piece that doesn't really get worn that much, but at times like this, it really comes into its own. It's like an unsung hero. It's really lightweight, so I think it's great for this kind of like tricky temp. This beautiful scowl coat, which I got in Copenhagen. Unfortunately, it was way too hot to wear it, but I missed out on this coat last winter and I was absolutely gutted because I couldn't find it anywhere. So as soon as they re-released it, I was like, I have so many long coats in my wardrobe and I feel very restricted by long coats quite often. So I feel like the introduction of a coat of this length opens up many styling possibilities. I've got that AF Agger one, which is great, but it's so heavy and you can't remove the lining. This is quite padded, but it's not heavy. It's still quite it still feels quite light. It's so beautiful, and I love the option to cinch in the waist, so you can really play around with the shape of it. You could like really cinch it in, have it completely straight. I think the cinch is quite nice to create a bit of shape to this, you know. And it's got corduroy collar, corduroy cuffs, which you can adjust. You can just fold them up as much as you want. And then corduroy detail on the pockets. It's just such a beautiful coat. And when I was in their showroom in Copenhagen, I spotted that they are releasing, probably after Christmas, I think, like a lightweight version of this coat in this really nice, almost like slightly green toned beige. It was so beautiful, and it was really lightweight, the type of coat that you could easily just like kind of fold up and put in your bag. Yeah, I was like, that really is a very good spring coat. So I'll be keeping an eye out for that next year. And then these Lemaire shoes, which I found on Vestiaire Collective recently. And then because I am currently reading a hardback, and as soon as I need to travel with a hardback book, it really dictates the bag I wear. I would have loved to have worn my Lemaire croissant with this, but I can't fit the book in the bag. So it's the bindle, because the bindle can take, it seems like, unlimited amount of weight. This strap, even though it's like only sort of sewn together across there, it takes so much weight. It's great. And then Nina Gordon necklace, and then cuff and ring are from Sherilyn Berth. And then I've just kept my hair fairly flat today because the weather will do what it wants to my hair, I'm sure. Is having a great time today. It's freshly blow dried, and then I've done like a little flick, so it's extra flicky, and I love it. I am just navigating how to keep the swoosh like swooshed, if you know what I mean, because this can easily just go flat in like a couple of hours. So I'm thinking a little bit of texturizing spray in the front here will keep that volume. I'm specifically looking for a travel size one, so I can keep it in my handbag as well, and something that isn't a salt spray, so that it doesn't like clog the hair and can easily be brushed out, so that I don't feel like I have to wash my hair at the end of the day. This one is a front runner at the moment. I tried this Hershey's one. It's a kind of liquid spray, but it's quite big. But I think it's an interesting one. It's called the air dry spray. It's not a salt spray, but it definitely creates that kind of like texture that a salt spray would, but it doesn't feel all gritty, which is quite interesting. But I think this works a little bit better on wet hair, as opposed to sort of adding to dry hair throughout the day. This one from Sam McKnight, the Cool Girl Texture Mist. I really rate Sam McKnight's hair products. The dry shampoo is great. This is Diddy as well. Perfect for handbag. Very nice smell. Very like, I mean, it says barely there texture, and it's definitely that. Yeah, this is a front runner. I'm gonna test it today, see how it fares throughout the day. But yeah, good so far. Wow, that is. We just got one of those window hammocks for Susie, and it is actually the perfect height for me to rest my phone on and use as a tripod. I had about half an inch taken off my hair, and I feel like I've got a completely different haircut. It's great. I think it needed just that little bit taken off, and just a bit of weight taken out of it as well, so that it didn't feel so heavy when wearing it a little bit like, you know, like this. It doesn't weigh itself down anymore. So yeah, I think this is going to be great for holiday next week as well, because I can just shove a load of salt spray in it and let it air dry, and it will just be nice and nice and tousled. So yeah, I'm going on a girls' holiday tomorrow, 5 days in Spain, and I'm packed already, which is like great because it's Sunday morning and I don't leave till tomorrow morning. I haven't really packed a lot, hence why it's not taken long, because it's just a very chilled holiday. I don't need a lot. I'm feeling very smug as well because I've managed to get all toiletries, skin, hair and body in one case. I'm normally someone who travels with about 3 different toiletry cases, mainly because I would just refuse to decant things. I don't even know why. I think I was just like worried I wasn't going to have enough stuff. Like I was worried that little tubs weren't going to be enough, but actually the little travel tubs that you get from like Boots are the perfect size for like 5 to 7 days. So I have succumbed to the life of decanting, and wow, it has made a difference. Obviously, everything's in here. This is a bit of a Mary Poppins toiletry case though. I feel like I can keep, there's still room in here. There's still so much space. So that's great. And the reason why I am here talking is because I was putting my perfume in there and I was like, wait, I don't ever talk about perfume. And recently a few people asked, like, what perfume are you wearing at the moment? And I was like, I could mention that. The 2 that I have worn mostly this year are Matier Premier, Bois de Ebene, and Byredo René de Nuit. This is so nice, so nice. This is my evening one. But this summer I had a little bit of an urge to try something new, kind of go a little bit out of my comfort zone with perfume. And the 2 that I've been wearing over the last like 5 to 6 weeks. First one is Maison Louis Marie perfume oil. I've got number 13, Nouvelle Vague. I used to be hooked on, I think it was number 4. I think it's number 4. It was called Bois de Balancourt. It's so nice. Even when I smell it on people now, I'm like, oh, I love it so much. It's quite, I think if you like Santal 33, you'll like number 4. This is a sample size, by the way. I ordered this one online, hence why I got the sample size, because I was like, I'm not sure if I'm going to like it. The only way I can describe this is it smells like holidays. It smells like sun cream. It's so nice. Oh. The full size of these isn't too big. It's very handbag friendly because it's an oil, not as much product is needed, obviously, and they last ages. And then the other one, which has been quite a grower, so I was sent this, and at first I was like, I don't think I want to smell like this. It was quite sweet and powdery at first, but I was like, I'm going to keep going with it, and now I actually love the complexity of it. It's the matcha fragrance from Le Labo, so I wouldn't say I smell like a fresh cup of matcha, but it definitely has this matcha vibe to it. Like I said, at first it was a bit sweet, a bit powdery, but as it dries down, this like freshness cuts through it, and it's a really wearable fragrance, and I find I'm reaching for it like every day because it's not overpowering. It's just there kind of lingering in the background, and it's just like a very pleasant smell. So yeah, those are the 2 that I'm wearing at the moment. I also have the very bougie travel case for the Le Labo one. It's so nice. It's very heavy. It feels very decadent, but it's very nice. It's very nice to hold and have in my handbag. Right, I'm gonna do like a montage, I think, of some of the, what's that noise? Can you hear that? Just a horn. Is that gonna stop? Anyway, I'm gonna do a montage of is that gonna stop? Yeah, I'm gonna do a montage of some of my holiday outfits I've packed.
Then we had Big Bad, Cadillac, and met with a country mic tribute to rock and roll done in Sweden. Young America's Saturday night, Fluffy Turkeys, 10 years ago, across the Black Hole of
what has happened? Summer has returned. Like last week I was in jeans and a trench and I was like, okay, fine, I guess autumn's here. As much as I didn't want summer to leave, I had kind of started to accept that maybe it had left, but now it's 24 degrees and I'm stood here like, I don't know what to wear. I've kind of forgotten. I've just put on like a really long, just a floor length black t-shirt dress and then put this round for shape. But I'm like, should I even bother with that, or should I just stick with the t-shirt and just put like a nice pendant necklace on? Although I did quite like the yellow with the black. Anyway, I've just been putting this vlog together this morning and realised a lot of it is Susie and hair related stuff. And funny enough, I am going to the hairdressers in 15 minutes, so more hair. But the process of a bob it requires a lot of fine tuning within the process, and it's high maintenance because you kind of get your bob to a sweet spot, like a length that you like it, and then within like 2-3 weeks, well, it is the case with my hair, it's grown, and then I'm like, oh, need it trimming again. So I'm gonna have a colour refresh, and then I'm gonna speak to my hairdresser about potentially doing like a little bit of razoring around the bottom, because I feel like I'm really having to use a lot of product at the moment to achieve a particular like texture, but also I kind of want it to sit a little bit, I guess, slicker, and it just doesn't do that because I have quite thick hair, and it will always be thick unless I start doing some like really aggressive thinning. But I think just with a little bit of fine tuning around the back here and the bottom, it will sit a little bit more how I want it to, and I won't have to rely so much on styling products, because that is what at the moment I'm just like, it's just like I'm just piling styling products on top of more styling products, because I'm like, I want texture, but I don't want my hair to be like massive, and when I try and give texture to my hair, it just gets big. So I think, and I've been looking at, I can put some reference images here, I've been looking at a lot of videos of people getting that kind of like very, French razored bob in, and that seems to be a repeat technique of just slightly just razoring the bottom of it to add in a little bit of texture. So I think, I'm hoping that there is some like truth in that, like my theory in my head, I'm like, yeah, I think this is what I need. But it's just constant, isn't it? I feel like ever since I've had my hair cut, I'm just like, oh, I'm getting this done, I've got to get this trimmed, yeah. And it's like, unfortunately, that is the bob life. Unless you are blessed with a bob that just sits exactly how you want it, it is a process of just like tweaking it here and there. Right, I need to go, otherwise I am going to be late. Hiya. The side of the extension is basking in some lovely dappled light, so I feel like now is a good time to show you the extension with the rear scaffolding off, because this was quite a momentous day. This came off a few days ago, so now you can really see the beauty that is the back end of the extension. The front still has scaffolding so that the second story can continue to be built, and obviously the roof. But look at it, it looks so nice. And then this is the view from the back. It's so beautiful. What's nice now that the scaffolding is off is that we can see how the windows are going to frame parts of the garden properly, because before obviously all you could really see was scaffold boards out of the windows. I quite like this side window view because it kind of cuts straight through into the garden there, and then from the inside as well you can see which sections of the garden the windows will frame. This one will obviously eventually be a much nicer view. It won't be a wheelbarrow and a pile of bricks, it'll be a luscious section of garden. This one is actually already quite nice because it's just trees and hedge, and then the back will be pretty much all of our garden. I mean, you can see that house there, but aside from that, it is just a view of the garden. If I back right up as well, there we go. Beautiful. Please just disregard the mess that surrounds me right now. The about a week ago, I started the summer to autumn switch over with my wardrobe, and I haven't quite finished. Another reason why I was so ill prepared by today's warm temperatures. Anyway, back from the hairdressers, feeling sharper, shorter, slicker, tidier. This is what I wore. This is the Margot t-shirt dress from Lisette. Just do a quick full length for you. I am wearing a small. I have a couple of the Margot t-shirts in extra small, and I've always felt like the small would have been a bit better, but at the time when I bought them, extra small was the only size in stock on net. So I went for the small with the t-shirt dress, and it's just the right amount of loose. And then a piece apart shirt just around my waist. Sorry if you can hear Dean hoovering. Massimo Dutti bag, but this was from around springtime, so there's a chance that this bag is long gone. The plainest of bangles from Monica Veneda, and then this new pendant from a Ukrainian jewelry brand called Numi Kiev. I feel like it's just like the perfect, just like amount of statement for such a simple look. Right, I'm going to sign off here because I feel like this is a good time, a good point. I hope you enjoyed this kind of like mishmash of things that happened in August, and I guess I'll see you whenever I see you. Goodbye.